Hello everyone, I'm Donna Bush with your CIG television news brief on this Wednesday evening. Premier the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly and her delegation make the first aid relief trip to the Eastern Caribbean following the recent passing of Hurricane Beryl.
Thank you very much again. This is truly heartfelt and we really appreciate it.
The first stop was the island of Grenada, where the delegation, led by Premier O'Connor Connolly, received a warm welcome and were met with great appreciation. The island's Prime Minister, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, said it is very reassuring to have so many people from the Cayman Islands make the trip when it would have been so easy to just send the aid or a check.
But to have a delegation of this size and the composition of the delegation, I think really sent a message that the Cayman people understands what it is to go through an event, having done so 20 years ago at a similar time when Grenada also did so from the same hurricane. And to have this obviously happening on the 20th anniversary of Ivan and Grenada having to again go through it, I think it shows that they didn't just want to empathize from afar, but to come in person and to express the solidarity and the support. So it's really heartwarming. It's a tremendous support and encouragement for us.
Grenada's Prime Minister went on to speak of the challenges the island has faced since the passing of Hurricane Beryl. The destruction to infrastructure, the loss of life, properties, and the environment has been painful, he said. He added that the aid of supplies and funds from the Cayman Islands will certainly make a difference. Meantime, Premier O'Connor Connolly explained how the aid to some of our neighbors in the region was made possible.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. We couldn't bring all of the things that have been donated. We had to leave some in Cayman, actually. But you lead by example. So I took a paper to my cabinet. We had a special cabinet, and we decided we needed to help Grenada and Barbados, St. Vincent, and Jamaica at different levels for different reasons that I don't necessarily have to go in now. And so what we did, I got immediate unanimous response from my cabinet team. Of course, the governor chairs our cabinet. She was also supportive, and on behalf of her, she wants to extend her sincerest appreciation for Grenada. And why do I say appreciation? Because it shows that in the Caribbean, you bucked your toe. It was an unsolicited guest called Beryl, but you did not sit down. It was not a TKO. You are risen. And like I said earlier on, I liked what you chose for the modus operandi. We will rise again.
Behind the scenes, Hazard Management Cayman Islands has been instrumental in ensuring that various aid items, including food, tarpaulins, generators, sanitation supplies, and medical supplies, are offloaded in an organized fashion on each island.
Behind the scenes of what happens with the unloading, it's so important that we get the right audit. So as you can see, we have our audit trail. So anything coming off here to Grenada and also later on to St. Vincent, it's absolutely critical. We're tracking what's coming off, counting every single individual item. It's very important for audit accountability purposes and transparency, and also of course making sure that the count that we've done for St. Vincent and Grenada is obviously separate depending on the need, so we're not giving too much to one and not enough to the other. So we've done a lot of calculations as to what that looks like, and again that's why the audit trail is so incredibly important.
Once the Cayman Airways flight left Grenada, it was on to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where Prime Minister the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves had this to say about the aid from the Cayman Islands.
The issue of the material assistance is of importance, but far more uplifting is having them here with their love and their sense of belonging to us and solidarity. You can't get it better than that.
CEO of the Health Services Authority, Lizette Yearwood, told our news crews they're ready to offer further medical supplies if needed to the islands impacted by Beryl, while Speaker of the Cayman Islands Parliament, Sir Alden McLaughlin, and Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Roy McTaggart, were both part of the delegation. They both spoke of the impact left by Hurricane Beryl in the Eastern Caribbean.
And I'm even prouder that we were able to have not just the Premier and one of her ministers, but also the Leader of the Opposition, other independent members of the Opposition, and myself as Speaker, because we want to make it clear that as far as Cayman is concerned, issues like this rise way above political differences.
There are people really suffering as a result of the destruction that Beryl caused throughout the Caribbean. So we have been well received here and welcomed with open arms. I clearly they truly appreciate the gesture that we have made here today. So in terms of building relationships and in the Caribbean, I think this really goes a long way for us.
It's just the start of the 6-month hurricane season, which ends on November 30th. And with this in mind, Grenada's Prime Minister, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, wrapped up his interview on Tuesday, highlighting the effects of climate change on regions such as ours.
And so when we talk about climate change, when we talk about the fact that the oceans are warmer, that they're fueling superstorms earlier in the hurricane season, even in what used to be safe zones like Grenada and Trinidad, even Venezuela was impacted by this. So I think we want the world to know that this is serious. It is really having devastating consequences, and that we need their support in taking the steps that we need. First of all, to fund the preparation, the resilience, the recovery, and second, to take actions that makes the planet a kinder, gentler place to us. Because the more the atmosphere warms, it's the more horrific we're going to get these climatic events. So both on the question of the amount of fossil fuel that we're using, and on the question of financing for small island developing states who are the front line of this kind of devastation. We want them to know that when we talk about climate justice, we are not doing so because we are coming from a place of arrogance or a place of entitlement. We are actually coming from a place almost of desperation, because you see the sort of damage that we are taking year in. I will almost say year in, year out, because if it's not Grenada, it's Dominica. If it's not Dominica, it's the Bahamas. If it's not the Bahamas, it's the Cayman Islands. If it's not the Cayman Islands, it's the British Virgin Islands. And this is just the Caribbean. We are not talking about the Pacific Islands and so on, who are also on the front line of this as well.
The Cayman Islands government will make a second aid relief trip to Jamaica later this week. Let's have a look now at our local weather conditions on this Wednesday evening. We can expect light to moderate easterly winds and seas over our area for the next 24 hours. We could also have some isolated showers in and around our islands as it moves west of us. Tonight, we have a small chance of showers, while sea conditions will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. The outlook is for an increased chance of cloudiness and showers from Friday morning as a tropical wave approaches the Cayman Islands area. All right, a reminder to check out the Cayman Islands National Weather Service's website and Facebook page for a look at your local weather conditions. Before we go, if you happen to be watching us on our YouTube channel, we ask you to just take a moment to like, share, and subscribe for the most accurate government news. I'm Donna Bush. Have a safe night.